Hey, what's up, you guys? So tonight I decided that I would try to sleep, I'm already doing this wrong. Anyways, I decided that I would stream as late as I possibly could and be somewhat delirious because the last time I tried this, it was pretty fun. And it also gave an opportunity for folks who don't regularly catch me to catch me at another time. So here I am attempting to remain conscious and do this. Uh, I had a thought about how there is stuff that I simply cannot do in the manner that I used to be able to do since I have aged a little bit. And I thought, why the hell not make a stream about it? So I see that Holger's dear is here. Hello. So this is going to be a terrible stream because I'm already delirious. So just bear with me. I'm going to do my best. Uh, Immediately, the first thing that I can think of that I cannot get away with doing anymore is I used to be able to stay up until 2, 3, 4 a.m. sometimes, and I would be perfectly fine. But now, I guess it's a combination of being tired and also working, and then what it means to work, which it feels like no matter how many days you get off you just never recover. And in general, your body just breaking down, like slowly but surely. I think that has something to do with it. But I definitely have to prepare myself to be pulling an all nighter or something like that, like days ahead. Whereas when I was a few years younger, um, I used to pretty much just summon it and be like, okay, I'm going to be up until whenever I want to, and I could make that stuff happen. But nowadays, I tend to start yawning and actually feeling sleepy and tired at least by 11 to 11:30, unless I'm having a bad night where I cannot sleep. But yeah, I just think it's amazing how I just wonder how that happened, when that happened, that I became unable to just do that. But I think that's interesting that I just cannot sleep at whatever time I so desire. The other thing, this is absolutely important. The other thing that I cannot get away with doing anymore is skipping breakfast. And this started for me ever since I was like 19 years old. I'll never forget, I was working, and then I'm like, okay, oh God, all right, what is going on with me? Why am I just passing out? I passed out at work in the middle of my shift a few times. And I'm like, just a couple of years prior to that, I was in school and I could get away with not eating breakfast in the morning. So, why is it that all of a sudden I have to actually have something in my stomach in order to function? So, I thought that was weird, but at least I know that no matter what, I need to have a little bit of sugar and preferably amount of protein, and then I'll be fine for like half of the day. But I will never forget my shock. I just could not believe that I just could not go somewhere without eating. Like I used to be able to wait until lunchtime, which was past 11 or so, but there is no way that I can get away with not eating in the mornings. Now I have to eat within 2 hours at most of waking up, or else I just cannot bear life. Let me see what comments I'm getting. A dream come true, seeing Zamri in bed. Ah, please. This happens every night. No pajamas for you. No, I mean, no, I don't like pajamas like that. I like them better when the weather is warmer, but yeah, that's kind of lame. I have been an insomniac for years. Yeah, I say are lame because I just prefer leggings so much better. But if it makes you feel any better, sometimes I do have insomnia myself, so I'm just I don't know what happened to me, but I have my periods of time when I just cannot sleep. But tonight, I decided that I would just challenge myself and then see how different I sound and how I cannot keep it together whenever I'm tired and I'm supposed to be asleep. But honestly, I cannot think of other stuff that I just cannot get away with, but I know that those two were the main things. Not eating and not sleeping. It was just crazy. I cannot live without my morning coffee. When it comes to food, of course, definitely no human can live without water, but I want to say that I cannot be without water for more than, I want to say, more than an hour. I have to have some water at least once per hour. Um which is not healthy, I would say, but I'm always carrying a water bottle with me everywhere I go. When I'm driving, when I'm shopping, when I am at work, definitely. Everywhere I'm at, there's water. There's water all around me. That's what composes this planet. But yeah, it's just that I do not like the discomfort of going too long without any water. You're talking a lot, you're breathing, sometimes you may be sweating. So it's really important to keep that up. But when it comes to foods that I must have every day, I would say protein shakes, but there was a time recently, like 2 weeks ago, where I had gone 2 weeks and a half, about 3 weeks, without drinking a protein shake, and I was like, it turns out that I actually don't need this. But if I were to look at it from the point of view of uh, something that I cannot give up, it would definitely be chocolate milk. Because even though I don't eat it much, or sorry, drink it much these days, I just cannot give up my favorite drink ever. Smoothies I can do without. It's about to be 2 years since I've had one. Wait, when did I film my videos about smoothies? Whenever it was that I filmed those smoothie videos, that was like pretty much the last time I had a smoothie. But but yeah, I just don't miss them. Maybe I had them so much that I just became tired of them. But I bought me the fruits, so soon enough I should be messing with them again. It seems to be a seasonal thing. Like when it gets warmer, it's my replacement for ice cream for the most part, except for Halo Top, which at least I'm done trying all the flavors that I wanted to. But yeah, it's weird. I guess I have cycles just like anybody. Sometimes I'm in a mood for some stuff, other times I'm not. So it just depends, I guess. I cannot be without a video from Zambi for more than one day. Well, that sometimes I tend to skip out, but I try not to because I genuinely love to stream, but sometimes I just don't have the time. I really don't have the time. But no matter what, I try to not go more than 2 days without streaming. And if it happens, at least I try to like put out more than one video in a day. I feel committed. I just love it. I've been doing this for like, it's about to be my third year now. So it's become very important for me. So I'm glad you enjoy it. I am allergic to chocolate. Oh, that is a very bad allergy to have. Let me tell you that much. Um, I cannot even imagine what it would be like for me to be allergic to chocolate, knowing how much I love it. But But now that you mention allergies, isn't it crazy how it seems like everyone is just allergic to something really bad these days? Like there's people who have the almighty gluten allergy, there's the people who cannot do nuts or like especially coconut. I cannot imagine having to give up coconut because it's a tree nut. So, that would be terrible. Like no coconut and chocolate candies, delicacies. Can't do it. Can't do it. So, but I have mentioned this before, but I'm one of those people who I am technically supposed to be gluten free because I have a gluten intolerance, but I just tend to ignore it. And then I just face the consequences all by myself, which is my arms, particularly, they get like this weird rash. It doesn't itch, but it is there. And I get bloated really, really, really bad. It looks like I am expecting a watermelon. But anyways, I have a bunch of other issues that contribute as well. But yeah, one of those people who's supposed to be gluten free, but I don't have time to be looking for the little gluten free logo. So I just take my chances and then wake up feeling like crap. And then I'm like, okay, let me give that up for a little while. But I'm not used to having limitations imposed like that, except for codeine, which my medical record shows to not give me that, so my doctor would know in the event that I go to the doctor. But yeah, other than that, and an intolerance to shrimp, I'm okay for the most part. The only episode I had with shrimp was like just mm, I wouldn't even say it was a mild irritation, but I felt some type of way in my stomach and my skin was getting red, red looking. So, but it was not like I felt comatose or anything. It was just discomfort. But clearly that shows that I'm intolerant of it. But I want to say that allergies are supposed to be what life threatening, but if you're intolerant, then that means that you shouldn't mess with it, but it doesn't really threaten your life. Like your immune system doesn't really over dramatize it. So I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but I really don't have any allergies that put me at risk except for codeine. But but I think I was given a medicine a couple years ago that is supposed to be related to codeine, and I was fine. So maybe it was just something that happened when I was younger. But anyways, I always enjoy your random thoughts and opinion night or day. I'm glad you do. Shellfish and chocolate are my two allergies. I see. Well, at least we have that in common. But for me personally, even if I did not have my shellfish intolerances, the only shellfish I ever messed with was shrimp. And it's sad because I love it, especially with like cocktail sauce and a lemon. But I never messed with it looking all gray and ugly. Yeah, no. I always made sure that it was the pink looking one or orangey looking one. But nowadays, I treat shrimp and all of its relatives like I treat pork. I avoid it at all costs because I think of shellfish as the pigs of the ocean because they're supposed to be like cleaning stuff. So yeah, um, I don't think I'm meant to be eating that, so that's why I don't mess with it. So when I discovered that I had an intolerance, it didn't even bother me. My allergies cause my airway to close and I go into anaphylactic shock. Yeah, you definitely have a severe allergy. That's what I have heard happens to people who are allergic to tree nuts. Yeah, that is life threatening. Um, I have never experienced an allergy of that sort except for codeine, and that's when I was like 2 years old, 3 years old. So yeah, but after that, I didn't mess with it. Um, let's see. Can I think of anything else? Oh yeah, I guess that I can no longer get away with not wearing multiple layers. Like it used to be, I had this invincible like cold resistance, and now I need to wear so many layers to feel comfortable. But even when I was younger, I still like to wear layers just to be on the safe side. But I have such a difficult time keeping my hands and feet warm. I feel like I wasn't always like that, so I always question myself: do I have circulation problems, or am I just old, or am I just not, or is the winter getting colder? What's happening? I don't know what to think anymore. But what I do know is that it'll get worse the older I get. But I mean, whatever. Just age gracefully. Um, and another thing that I cannot get away with is that I used to be able to drive forever, like maybe 3 hours in one sitting. And now, after an hour and a half, I just have to make a stop and either eat or go to the bathroom. And speaking of the bathroom, I used to be able to not go to the bathroom except for specific times in the day. But now I seem to drink so much water when I'm at work that I need to go to the bathroom 2 times in my shift. Depending at what time it is. If it's the very, very early morning shift, then I have to go 2 times in my shift. But if it's later in the day, then I can finish my shift only going to the bathroom once. But I remember a time when I used to not need to go to the bathroom at all. But now it's both the cold weather, it doesn't make it any better, but even before it was cold, during the warmer seasons, I needed to go to the bathroom more. And then I hated that because I feel like I'm skipping and I don't like to be away. But if I hold it, that's not healthy either. So it's like sometimes I am so shy about asking to go that I just hold it and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. If I have to go 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, I'll just do it because yeah, I don't need to be suffering the consequences of that. But I used to get away with not going to the bathroom and holding that mug all day long, and now it's just, can't do it. I think I'm allergic to most people. If you smoke, it may be Reynolds phenomenon. Yeah, I have never messed with any of that. Never ever smoked in my life, so I cannot tell you about it like that. like, I used to be able to get away with smoking 2 packs a day or something. Nah, nothing like that. Um, let's see, what else? I feel like there was so much more for me to say, but now I can't think of anything. I guess another one is. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't finish saying the story of driving. I used to be able to drive for more than 3 hours in one sitting, but now I have to stop. I did say that. Like, I have to, after an hour and a half, I have to stop. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I just cannot think of anything else right now. Hands and feet getting cold, I meant. Is it? Oh, okay, okay. I see what you mean. But yeah, I also hear that if you have a poor circulation, of course, that may have something to do with it. And I hear that garlic is supposed to be really good at fixing that. Um, but yeah, yeah, you guys, I cannot really think of anything else that I wanted to mention right now. Uh, oh, I guess random note, it would be, um, what is it? I used to be able to listen to music really, really, really low volume in quiet places, but now it's like I definitely do not hear as well as I used to. So I have to turn the volume up a little bit. It's kind of weird. Are you wearing a coat? Yes, I am wearing a coat because it is actually pretty chilly here. I like it that way. And it is honestly a scam to run the heat on a place that's not very well insulated. So I said, you know what, I'll just bundle very well when it's nighttime and then just survive. But I also like to wear a coat. And when I go to bed, that's when I take it off. But beneath this, I have like one of those really fussy jackets. So I just honestly got home um not too long ago, like 2 hours ago, but then I was fixing stuff around, going outside, loading stuff to my car, unloading some stuff. So I'm like, okay, before I go to bed, that's when I'll just undo the utmost layers, and then that's kind of how I roll. I don't just get home and start removing layers. I just wait until I'm ready to go to like bed or take a shower, and that's when I change clothes. I'm kind of weird. I'm a weird creature. Just bear with it. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. Let me know what are some things that you personally can no longer get away with. Because I have a very small list, as you can see. I guess I just have to think more about it. But yeah, no. Nothing else comes to mind. But if I do think of something that maybe you guys mentioned and I have something to add that's substantial, I'll consider mentioning it. But for right now, that's pretty much it from my end. What do you do for work? I do retail. And that is what earned me my black belt in patience, which I selectively have. I cannot get away with using my looks to my advantage. LOL. Well, when it comes to that, I guess if you, what can I say? If you feel that way, I guess you should find other traits to help you boost your self confidence, you know? Because for the longest time, I used to tell myself, you know what? If I go by my looks, I'm not going to get anywhere in life, which when I was a teen and younger, that was definitely how I felt. I did not know how to dress, I did not know how to present myself. I was super shy. But eventually stuff just lined up for me to where I just discovered what styles suit me better and which ones don't. And I started listening to some advice as well. And I was like, you know what? It'll be okay. But now I feel like the less I try to impress people with my image, the better it goes for me. Because I never try to look nice at all. Unless I am wearing something that's particularly something that stands out. But other than that, it's like I don't dwell on that, you know. You are very cute though, so I don't know why you think that. Well, what can I say? Well, first of all, I appreciate the compliment. And second of all, it's just that when I was growing up, it's not something that was very much reinforced. Uh, I never would get told compliments that often. The only time I would receive them was, of course, from family members, but or close friends and stuff, friends of the family. But outside of that, I was always the one kid who cross dressed, or I was always wearing sporty clothes because I wanted to be comfortable more than anything. I just did not care about my appearance. I had incredibly bushy eyebrows, and my hair was always tangled because I just did not know how to care for it. But yeah, it's I don't even mind. I'm not bothered by the fact that that's how my past was because at least I can say I had a good childhood and I had fun. And my bullies, I just ignored them. So, but presently, I know what works for me and what doesn't. But even then, I'm just not someone who's into vanity like that, you know? Like, I just like the fact that I have a face and that everything that's in my face functions, my nose, my eyes, my ears. So I'm just very simplistic. Sorry if you're looking for something exciting for me to say, and probably disappointing there, but it's the truth. I mean, look at me. I don't even care what I look like when I'm streaming, and maybe that's why I will never know maybe success professionally, because I definitely don't work somewhere where my appearance matters like that, and I'm grateful for it. But just don't dwell on that stuff. I just ultimately, at some point, you just realize that most people, what matters to them the most is who you are. I had a conversation with an older person about this, and when they told me that, I absolutely believed them. So, but then again, the only time your looks will really matter is if you're looking for a career in an industry that demands that. Like if you're trying to be a model, of course, if they're looking for models that cater toward a certain demographic, you don't want to be looking like a potato. So so that's, if you're into that stuff, then I guess that's when you should really care. But the average folks, we don't care. Oh, hey, Garuda's here. Hi. Don't limit yourself, though, and a beautiful face it is. Yeah, I understand what you mean about limitations, but it's like, I know that at some point you won't be so young anymore, but it's okay. I'm just confident. A potato, lol. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? There's people who these days they just start complaining about how come we don't have representation? Like, let's say the potato demographic demands to fit in an industry where they're not sought after. It's okay. Chill out. Just make sure that you create your own grind, your own business to where you can be represented and accepted. But if something already existed and they had their own views, you cannot expect for them to change their core so that you can fit in because you're struggling. You will either adjust to what it is that's expected, or you will create your own thing. But of course, nobody wants to start from scratch. Everyone wants to just inherit something or be included and not work as hard as founding something, you know? Like, get out of here. But, anyways, that's the reason I say if you look like a potato, they're probably not going to give you an opportunity. So, but, anyways, you guys, that's really, it's something that it depends on what it is that you're going for. But for me personally, I like to not live a stressed life. So that's why I went for something where my presentation did not matter and I can speak however I want and also look like a potato, like I look right now. All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure. I am going to get some sleep because it's been like 5 days again since I was off, and your girl just needs to sleep. So it was good to hang out with you guys and try streaming while I'm kind of delirious, but I'll try to not make a habit of it. I just wanted to give the people who don't get to see me earlier in the day, just give them a chance to see if they would show up. But anyways, you guys, I hope you guys have a good night and I'll see you soon. Potatoes are versatile, delicious. Potato chips, hash browns, mashed potatoes. Yeah, you mentioned some good foods there. If I had to pick my favorite out of your list, I would say the potato chips. I'm a sucker for chips. If I were to choose my favorite chips, which would they be? I think the best chips that I have had that are new to me that really excited me. They were called they were made from avocado oil and they were barbecue flavor and the brand of it was Good Health. Something like that. It was like a green bag and it had like red edges to it. I don't remember it very well because it's been about 3 years since I had it. I've been having trouble finding it. And I tried looking it up about 3 months ago on Amazon and I found it, but they sell it by the case. I do not need to be buying a case of chips because that mug will go down in one sitting. And then I'm gonna have all kinds of issues and yeah, no, no. But if I ever find them, I will be sure to stream about them and tell you guys, hey, these are the best chips I've ever had. And yeah, but until then, I guess potato chips are just something I should consider streaming about. Which I sort of did on that ASMR video, but I considered doing an ASMR video tonight, but honestly, I don't have a lot of materials for that right now. So I didn't want to be repetitive, but I think